Well, this is it's hard to swallow a loss after winning the first two sets convincingly. But, what happened was they made some adjustments in personnel. 16 came in. She was very, very good, obviously, at 750. We didn't see her play last time we played her. We did a good job on their outside hitters, but that wasn't enough. They were beating us with some other players, the middles and the right. And really it was them defending much better coming out of the break and blocking much better and serving tough. They were playing with a great deal of aggressiveness, and we didn't respond very well, especially in the third set. We needed to push back a little bit. They had those long point runs. And then, we played two competitive sets with them that they end up winning because you give a team like that, because they do have talent, you give them momentum, and they're able to beat you. And they certainly outserved it. They won the serving and passing game after set two significantly. And, we were forced in those sets to get away from what we want to do offensively. They were just good, and they tracked what we were doing and made a lot of stops. So, my hat's off to San Diego State. They played well, but I'm still very proud of our team for the run that we were on and for playing courageously tonight.
How big a difference was it that Little made? I mean, she didn't play in the first two sets, and it was on the slides. It seems like she got you.
She was good. She has fast arms. She was good. We needed to take cross court and force it to hit line, because I think she made a couple of errors going down the line, but we weren't able to do that.
Can you talk, Deedra, a little bit? You won the first two sets in dominant fashion. You're up 19-13 in the third set, and then things just kind of turn around. How stunned are you by the way you were playing and the way things finished out?
I think San Diego just stepped up their game, and they were playing really well, and we just couldn't keep up, and they gained momentum, and we never got ours back. So.
Honestly, considering just the run that you guys were on, that's got to make this one a little bit harder than any other normal loss.
It's a tough loss, but I think it's better to get it out of the way now before we make a run in the NCAA tournament.
Can you talk, what defensive adjustments did they make? Because it seemed like the seams that you guys were finding early on in the match just weren't there later on.
I think they shifted their defense a little bit, but overall they were just more aggressive. They were going after balls that in the first two sets they hadn't been going after, and they were playing with a nothing to lose attitude in defense, and it worked for them. So.
Tom, like you said, really their top hitters, it's Nash and it's Shelton, and they didn't really hurt you tonight. It was other kids. Was that their game plan, you think, or does that make it tougher to because it wasn't their big guns?
Those kids did hurt us in some critical situations. Like Reagan got the kill to win the match. Summer, I thought, played well in the fifth set. But the difference was, I think, they served tougher. It took us out of system. We had more errors and got blocked more on our outside hitting than we did in the first two sets, because we were forced to do that. And then they did defend. You know what I mean? They weren't defending. They didn't defend in San Diego. They defended in the last three sets there better. So
after a run like this, Indians and everything special have to say or do to be ready for Friday, or
we need to do our normal stuff. You know what I mean? I'm sure this hurts these guys. They're competitors. They want to win everything that they play, but it doesn't change who we are. We're 27-1. I would take that any day. you know, so we got to come back. I think Vegas is better than San Diego State. I don't know that they'll play better than San Diego State played tonight, but I think, you know, they've got a couple of players that are difference makers on that team, so we got to prepare for them tomorrow, and we got to come out and play well against them on Friday, you know, and you can't let something like this wound us. I don't think they will. These guys will play with a good head on their shoulders when it comes to Friday night.
Do you think this loss takes you out of consideration to host?
I don't know. Who knows? It probably does, in that if we had been undefeated, I think they would have had to give a reason for not letting us. Now they don't have to give a reason, you know.
Like you said,
You know, that is what it is. I don't know that we were going to host anyway.
I mean, really though, I mean, I know how disheartening it is, especially because of what this team was able to accomplish when a lot of people didn't think you were going to be this team that you were coming in tonight. Can you just talk about just the feeling that you guys still have for this team despite this loss?
I think we still know our potential. We know what we can do. It's not like this one loss is gonna stay our whole entire season. Like, we've already come out and played and competed every single game, and we competed that game. We just didn't compete as hard as we should have and as hard as we needed to win. But we're still gonna be the same team and come out hard and compete because we are competitors. And I think the one loss, it sucks now, but I think it'll help us a lot in the next against UNLV and in the tournament.
Coach, even with the lead you guys had and everything, and how well they started playing at the end, how surprising was that of a comeback, being as how well this team has been at closing out close sets and when we had the opportunities, you know, throughout the season up to this point?
You know, if you take a look at set 5, the only bad part of it was that 4-point run they got
To start.
to start. The rest of the time we played good in set 5. Okay, but so did they. You know what I mean? They didn't. They just. I mean, you know, we're right there with them, and even on the kill that won the set for them, our blockers hit the assignment. We put a block up. She wiped it off the block.
You did get out-blocked tonight. Was it because of the way that they were attacking? With different, I mean, you out-blocked them, but for a while they were out-blocking you.
Yeah.
Was it because they attacked differently than they did last time?
Well,
That it took you a while, I guess, to catch up with what?
Yeah. Yes. I think we got out-blocked during that stretch starting in the middle of the third set. They had like 5 blocks or something during that little stretch. That was us being tentative and not driving to balls and hitting with athleticism, which we have to do. Otherwise, people will block you. And we were out of system. You know, we got to take good out of system swings or smart out of system swings. So